Hello, welcome back. Finally, we're doing it again. And so, what are we doing today? This is probably one of the most important things we're ever going to do when it comes to making our song. And first off, getting everything into audio file format. You can, if you have a super fast computer, you could leave things in their MIDI format, but I'll tell you right now, eventually you're going to run into a wall, and that wall is plugin wall. You want to get everything in audio file format. So what do you do? What does that mean? In Reaper, it's a beautiful thing because I took all of my clips and I converted them from their MIDI notes into audio. So what does that look like? Basically, you go here and you go to, where the hell is it? You go to render freeze tracks. The beautiful thing is you can unfreeze your tracks. Watch this. So you see this right here? That right there is a frozen track into a waveform. That waveform gives me a lot of processing power back to my work. The reason this is important because you're going to be doing things with plugins and you don't want anything hindering you. I'm going to try to make this song with the least amount of use of plugins so you can do it too. Again, all free. But I've frozen my tracks. Let's go through that real quick. We're going to unfreeze them. Bam. Unfrozen. That's what it looks like, you see? And it's still there. Listen. It's freaking beautiful. So I'm just going to go Control-Shift-Z. We're going to redo it. Edit. Undo. We're going to undo. And we're going to bring it back to a frozen track. Now, I have my camera set up funny. So now we have everything frozen. I went through and did all that to everything. I didn't want to bore you with all that. So the other thing that I did is remember our drums? So listen to the drums. Here we go, better please. We don't want to edit the drums in this one thing with the MIDI. We don't want to just play with this and use this mixer. That's not in our best interest. You could do it, but you will hit a wall. That wall will be potentially breaking if you do everything through there. I'm not going to get into it. You would figure it out eventually. So what do is you end up routing all the drums so you get them into their own thing here. Now, when you do this in Reaper with the Moto drum, it's going to export to stereo. There's not much you can do about that. So what you would do is you would come here and go to Item Properties, and we would change, channel mode. We would go to mono left, and we would hit apply, and so now we have a mono channel. We would go and we would do that to all of the mono channels. Snare time. Anyways, so basically I'm going to go through here and make sure that all of our drums, and if you want me to show you how I exported these drums, just drop a comment. I'll make a video. It'll have to be on YouTube. It's way, way, way too difficult to make. I could not make it as short. There's just no way. I'm just finding which channels are going to be mono. Crash is going to stay mono because it's directional. Splash 10 doesn't exist. We'll delete that. Oh, maybe it does actually. Yes, it does right there. Oh, it was the last freaking symbol too. That would have been terrible. I think this is direction. You know what? I'm gonna leave it stereo for the heck of it because I'm nice. And now the crash, I'm just gonna leave it stereo. Tambourine, there isn't one. I'm gonna delete the tambourine. Now the overheads, of course, they're gonna stay stereo, and then these ones are gonna stay stereo. The room mic. Wait, no, the room mic might be mono. Hold on. I could always bring it back, but usually room mics are mono, and I don't want to mess with that because it can really mess up the sound. Okay, so let me see if I could select all these besides all the way up to the ride. And we're going to go to item properties, and we're going to choose mono left, apply. Okay, good. So now everything that needs to be mono is mono. And we need to go through here and make sure the bass is not going to be mono, not this bass at least. Hold on. Maybe it is mono. You know what? We're going to leave it alone for now. We'll worry about that later. So we're at the point now we've figured out, we've gotten everything into their mono file format. And what we need to do next is color code. One of the most important things, I believe I've already done it. Let's see. Yeah, I've already done it. Besides the drums, they need to be color coded. What I have, we got to turn off these drums now. And we're going to mute them. These, mute, cut. Okay, and then we're going to lock track controls. So I don't want to see these things at all. I'm going to, no, I'm not going to move them at all. I'm just going to leave them there. Okay. So now we got the drums. Let's select them here all the way down to here. Now I have it set up to where I just have to push F7 and it will color my drums, or it'll color anything that I select. And I'm going to look here at this and see if we have anything double colored. Blue thing, yes we do. So, right. So we're going to do, come on now. Kick. If we do, can we do red? Is anything red? We got to do the vocals. Let's just get the vocals first because they're at the top. F7, F7, F7. The only thing that I don't like about this particular skin is that the colors are really dull. Okay, that'll work. I'm happy with that, I think. Sure there's nothing too... That's really standing out for me. That's nice. Okay, we're getting rid of the pads. I'm just going to... I mean, not rid of them, but we're going to change their color to... That was good right there, actually. Let's do the pad like that. Rotary delay. What is this? Why is there... Oh, the vocal effects because of all the... We're gonna be getting rid of all these. I'm going to cut these out. For now, we're not even going to be using these. So I'm going to lock them. We may use them in the future. I'm bringing them down here, actually, because I don't want them in my way. Okay. And what the hell is... These are vocals that we're not using. Okay, so now we got the color coding done. You need to... I'm going to get rid of these all the way down to the bottom. Maybe I'll use them in the future. I have to keep this stuff because you never know what's going to happen. But you want to stay as organized as possible because you will pull your hair out. Not really. But these are different colors because of spectral edits. I have to keep them that way for a lot of reasons because I want to, but I like the spectral edits. If I have to go in, it gives me something that my eyes can really see. Now, here, how much time? I'm thinking we're gonna do this now. Now, the most important part of mixing to start off with is your volume. First off, you need good in gain and or gain staging, but also the volume that you set to is what dictates how you mix the song. You could spend hours doing this if you're not careful and having fun with it if you could think it's possible. But getting your gain and your volume correct changes everything. You get that done, you're already halfway through. I can tell you that right now because when your volume is right, you know the direction the song is going. The only thing you're doing there after that is trying to make it sound good together. But if you get the volume right, you know the direction. If you get the volume right and you don't know the direction because you think you need effects, your song is not good. So, taking the song, let's see. We could start with the vocals. We could start with a lot of things. What we're going to do is we're going to take everything all the way to here to there, and we're going to go all the way down. Now, we want to start with a kick. If we do, we want to start with whatever. Let's start with a kick. We're going to not solo it. I got to figure out how to solo safe this thing. Solo, ignore routing, unsolo all, exclusive solo. All right. Okay. So this is going to work now. That's what it's called. So we're going to solo the kick. We're going to go to the kick. We're going to find it. Oh, you got to be serious. How the hell is the damn kick? Oh, yeah. The volume's not on. And we got to turn off the metronome. Where are you, metronome? Okay. So first things first is this up here. It's coming at 10.9. We have to make it 6. What the? So 6.2, that's perfect. So now 6 is coming in, and we want to look over here. That's not bad. Hold on. Okay. My voice is messing it up. So negative 20 is actually good to start at. We're giving ourselves some headroom. And being way down here, we're doing really good. We're going to keep that up for right now. And now for the snare, let's see what we get. Before we even start, we could see that it's too low. It's at negative 19. We come here. We're gonna look for the most volume part right here. Let's just go over here and get that. So 15. So we're gonna come here. I don't know who put these stupid locks on these things, but it's really annoying. All right. Okay, we're gonna select them both, and we're gonna bring the volume up to, if it was at negative, let's say it was at 14, we're gonna do about 7 decibels. 7.9. Let's bring it up one more. 1.5. Okay, I could deal with 6.8. We're going to bring up the volume now. Okay, now the kick and the snare are there. We need to not pull up all the drums. We'll drive ourselves insane if we do that. Let's do the bass. The bass. Let's find out which bass is the one that we're using here, right here. Okay, are you serious? This one here, right here is it. Do not, oh yeah, because when you free, okay. Don't know what the heck is going on with those locks, but it is so annoying. We're coming in at 11.6. Let's bring up the, let's make sure we're, you know what we could do if it's coming at 11.6, it's just fat sausage because they look like sausage nothing because of the way the things are. So we're going to select all of the basses here, and okay, thank goodness we could do that. Select them all the basses, and we're going to bring up the volume. It's at 11. We're going to bring it up by 3. 11. No, wait. We're going to bring it up by negative 11. We're going to bring it up by 4, 5. Let's see what we get out here. Negative 6.8. Now let's bring the volume up. And these other basses we're not using yet. We're just going to, actually, you know what? We'll bring them in. Why not? This is it. Let's bring this volume. Come on. If we come here, let's solo these. It's pretty damn good. So it's coming at 11 points. Oh, I guess we got to fix that. Okay, we're gonna select these and you'll find out why we're staging at 6 decibels. And we're gonna bring this one down a bit. And then we might as well do this while we're at it. All right. What is wrong with this? We're gonna bring these up about. That's ridiculous. Okay, that's just want to make sure it was working. The fact that I can come here and click on these and get the gain staging, if you're a mixer, you know exactly how beautiful that is. So. Let's listen to the transitions real quick. Oh, damn, this one's too high. Okay. Why does it... Oh, because of the automation. Damn. A little bit more. Okay, we'll leave it at 6.9, okay. Oh, nice. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one's gonna probably get too loud. Yeah. It's gonna need a little bit of work on that. It's so much of a change. There'll have to be volume automation for that. Okay, that's okay. And this one. That's good. So the basses are gonna be a little bit of work. But that's okay. That's part of the game. Damn you. Okay, let's just say we're done with the bass here. So we got the bass and the drums. Let's pick a nice spot here. So another thing, we'll have to add some more effect or another bass undertoning that, because there's not enough oomph in the low end. Depending on how many instruments are being played, we're going to need low end. Never mind, what am I talking about? Depending what we do with the kick drum. And yeah, anyways. Let's put some keys. Maybe this one. Nope. Oh, right here. That was it right there. No, that one, no. But we do need the main keys. And it's at negative 10.8. Then this one here. Okay. Oh my goodness. These locks are stupid. Maybe not, they're not that stupid. Alright, 2 more decibels. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Stupid thing. I put up 2 decibels because Alright, let's call a little bit lower. Now bringing the volume down. I'm kind of keeping the drums ahead because things are going to get loud. I can always push them up at the drums. If I don't keep them right, that'll confuse me. So now we got now understand I'm doing this in order of importance and level. We're not going to start with the vocals because we need something to lay the vocals against. But the kick drum, the snare drum, very important. The bass, extremely important. And then you got some kind of rhythm instrument or some, thing that's accompanying everything all the time, the keys. Now the vocals are the next. So we're just going to add in the lead vocal for now. So now this is a little bit of a pain in the butt. So I'm going to get rid of all of these. Oh man. No, I'm going to get rid of all of them because they're not being used like that. Those were only playing around. I don't want to have anything extra that I don't need. So we're going to turn off all of these for now. So here we need to bring up, oh no. Marvin, there's nothing to dig there. We're going to bring, shoot. Let me see how much wavelength difference. It's not too bad. The front is where we're messing up a little bit. So what we need to do is select everything here, and we're going to be a lot of, okay. So let's bring up. Okay, so now with an instrument like this, oh yeah, the peak. So this is another thing where you might need a meter. You're going to need a meter. Now this one won't do it. I don't think maybe this one will. No, it won't. Oh yes, it will. The gain. What is that? Okay, gain. Oh, I don't want that. So let me see if I can mess with the meter. Meters, multi-peak, stereo, RMS. We need both, for God's sakes. Oh my goodness. Multi-channel peaks. So, what time is it? Okay. We need to get a meter. Okay, so we need a meter. Let me see if Toucan has a meter. MCP meter, please be... What's he doing? Nothing. -18. So when it comes to, we're not going to get into VU meters. Let me see if there's an easier one, because I don't want to teach that. Let's see, meter, Toucan, loudness meter, JS, not bad. Here we go. So using this meter here, you're looking at an RMS of -18 or a peak of -6. With a vocal not peaking, because it's not a snare drum, it's not a bass drum, it's not a punchy bass. We need to find a consistent, level that it's kind of floating around at. That's your RMS. And the RMS, I forgot what it means, it doesn't matter, but we want it to be around negative, we're going to pin this, -17. And we do not, if we do find it at -17, we do not want our peak to go over -6 either. It's either or. So either it goes to -17 or -6. So here we're going to go back to this, and we're going to bring up the volume. Let's see if these are still set, and we're going to bring them up. Definitely not right. That's good. So it was sitting around -18. Now, don't be too concerned, because we're going to be throwing in some compression, EQ, a bunch of other stuff to make this all flat. And then also we're going to be going and doing volume automation in gain to make sure that we get the same levels consistent before we start doing that. So, oh boy, let me see if there is an auto fade. So Waves has a writer plugin. Vocal writer, let me see. Writer, please give me something. We don't have a vocal writer. That's sad. But let me see if we have anything like that. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, Google, does Waves, does Reaper or Toucan have a vocal writer plugin? Reaper users, Reaper does, Reaper have. Toucan Studio Sphinx 2 is a specific with a volume writer that automatically evens out Sphinx Series 2. Let's see if we have it. Please tell me we have it. Oh, we do. Let's see what this is. Rider detector. So input trim. Okay, so speed and output trim. We need to look here at the meter. So we're let's go to the beginning and see if it works. That's pretty sexy, actually. Oh, it's way too much. Okay.
In these constellations on your end, I trace. In these constellations, in these constellations, in these constellations on your, in these constellations on your end, I trace.
And then mode, we're gonna do busy.
In these
No, relaxed.
In these constellations on your end, I trace. In these constellations on your end, I trace. In these constellations on your end, I trace.
That's all right.
In these
Let's see if we... Rider detector at...
in these constellations.
We need to get the detection, so... -41. So I played a really small part right here. Right here with the... which is probably not the best thing to choose. I'm gonna turn that to 0, turn that to 0.
Constellations on your end, constellations on your end, I trace. Constellations on your end, constellations on your end, I trace. Constellations on your end, I trace. Constellations on your end, I trace.
Let me see if it gets slow. Look at that.
Someone in the star.
That's amazing. That fast.
If I lost myself, if I,
It's gonna need...
if I lost myself.
Oh wow, hold on. We just, to fix this, we just go here and bring it down a bit. Oh, come on now, it's in the way. So these ones here, we could just bring them down a tad to match those.
If I lost myself, you make me like dead and scream like you. I can't save myself when I'm the only one to blame.
Now, to give you an idea, I'm going to bring the volume down here
I can't save myself.
so you can hear when I'm going to bring these vocals up.
I can't save myself. I can't save myself. Hands on your end, I trace. Hands on your end, I trace.
So we're looking to keep this level perfectly so we can start to throw in things. What this is doing is like a finger on the knob. When I start to get too quiet, it brings it up, and when I start to get too loud, it brings it down. This is not compression where it's actually pushing things against a wall, but which does add cool effects. We can't do that effectively if my vocals are all over the place, and you don't want to see me go in here and draw it in on every single part that I go up and down. It will drive you crazy. That's all this is. So remember, we have to gain stage everything to -6 on peak or -18 around there for the RMS, which I just call it the steady level, where like a snare, that's the peak at the top, or a bass that has the steady level, unless you got a picked bass, bump, 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 and then you're looking at the peak jumping up. That's the peak, and that's the RMS. The RMS is the steady, the peak is the thing that just goes over the top. Think of it that way. It's got to be consistent, because when you start mixing with equipment or gear or plugins, that -6 peak and that -17 RMS makes all the difference for how those plugins work. You don't play that game, and there's other levels of other things too, but this is the main one. You have to make this right. Your mixing is going nowhere until you do this, and I'll tell you right now, this gain staging is the most essential thing you will do in the mix because it dictates the entire song thereafter. Because how you make it sound just with volume levels is in your head how you want it to sound in real life, as close as you can get it. That's what you're doing. So let's give this a sound.
In these constellations on your end, I trace. In these constellations on your end, I trace. In these constellations on your end, I trace. In these,
I want to bring the volume down a bit.
in these constellations,
So let's see.
I wanna find someone like you again.
So now you see where the level of, let's listen to another part.
Find someone like you again. Find someone like you again. Someone.
So what happened, like, you again, someone, there was a kind of part where I ducked down and I kind of went a little quiet. So when you turn this on, like that, you turn it on, it brings up that you again a little bit higher, but then it comes back down to match up with the rest.
Find someone like you again. Find someone like you again. Someone in the stars.
Now this is going to take a little bit of finagling, but we're getting it. So right now, remember the RMS is at -24. What's -24 minus 18? It's about 5. So it's 6. Let's turn it up 6 decibels. It's going to be too loud. And we're going to bring this down here. 6 decibels. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. It's playing in the air. It's playing in the area. And it's -6, -7, -10, -8. It's freaking beautiful. It's stuck in the right spot. We got a relaxed mode. We got a fast mode. This Toucan Sphinx S2 is flipping amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I am so flabbergasted. I don't know what these are. Sphinx Nose 1 and 2. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to experiment with that later. I don't know what that is. But we just knocked it out of the park here. I am so happy, so amazed. You have no idea what we have just discovered together, and you have no idea the level, the amount of work that is cut out. This is hours upon hours of work just taken out by a single plugin that's free. You can get it, figure out how to use it. It's amazing. I need to do a whole plugin thing on that. 2 plugins here that like, okay, so let me show you the difference real quick, because I want you to know what you're missing out on, what they're missing out on. So we're going to go to Vocal Writer. I'm just going to type in Writer and look at this. This is what Vocal Writer is. Vocal Writer Mono. This is what Waves is. This is one you pay for. It's not cheap at all. This is exactly doing, and it has even more settings. This only has range, and it has your speed and stuff right here. So maybe it has less settings. It has more settings, but less kind of feel to it. You know, fast, slow. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to take that out. That's what this is right here. That's what this is. Look, we got slow, fast, very fast. We got some kind of ride bias, and then we got relaxed mode, relax. I mean, this is incredible for it to be free. That's just absolutely amazing. And then your SNR meter here, you have this going on. This is Doro meter. Doro meter is awesome. And this is what this is right here. It's so beautiful. Hold on. Yeah, -5. That's okay. That's like a little bit of a peak, but that's because yeah, it didn't even stay. So that was just the clip when I pushed the space bar. But incredible. All right, this is just the beginning. I have to make this a YouTube video. There's no way this can't not be a YouTube video. This is too good. Okay. So, anyways, I just wanted to get some of this started. I don't want to sit here and fool around with you guys. This is really, really good. I'm going to create a new project. There we go.